What's up? What's happening? What is going on? Ooh, voice crack. Cool. The second I have a contract extension, I'll probably just forget about being a good host. That's... Am I a good host if I just did that? A lot of athletes are probably also going to forget to be good when they sign big contracts. We've seen it before, and these are the people who have done it so far. These are 10 NFL players who fell off after signing a huge contract. And a big shout out to IMAX RS for suggesting this video. I just saw Black Panther in IMAX. I'm Maxing. We're in the same boat. Eric Decker. After a pair of 1,000-yard seasons with the Broncos, Decker left Peyton Manning to join Geno Smith and the New York Jets. In 2014, Decker signed a 5-year deal worth $36.25 million. He'd spent 3 years in the Meadowlands, only one of those for 1,000 yards. Decker was released in 2017 and then signed with the Tennessee Titans.
I just feel, kind of weighing all the different decisions and factors that go into it for us. So I think tell Tennessee we go with them.
He only caught 1 touchdown and was pretty much a non-factor throughout the entire year. Josh Norman. He was a bit of a late bloomer and had a Pro Bowl season for the Panthers in 2015 and helped them reach Super Bowl 50. But the two parties couldn't agree on a new contract, and Norman entered free agency in 2016. The Redskins gave Norman a 5-year, $75 million contract, a lot of money for a guy nearing 30 with only 1 great season under his belt. Norman's tenure in Washington was mediocre in 2016 and 2017. He was good, but far from great. He struggled to adapt to their defensive scheme and was often burned by top wide receivers. Joe Flacco. After leading the Ravens to a Super Bowl championship and winning the game's MVP award, Joe Flacco was given a 6-year contract worth $120 million. In 2016, he got a 3-year restructured deal for $66 million. But since that 6-year deal in 2013, they've only made the playoffs once. He's had 20 touchdowns twice, and every season he's been in, he's thrown at least 12 interceptions. Randall Cobb. What the hell happened to Randall Cobb? Cobb broke out in 2014 with 91 catches for almost 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns. He was rewarded with a 4-year contract worth $40 million. Cobb has come nowhere close to those numbers ever since. Even with Jordy Nelson hurt, Randall Cobb hasn't been able to produce much of anything. If Aaron Rodgers isn't able to fix him, no one is. Julius Thomas. After 2 Pro Bowl seasons with the Denver Broncos, Julius Thomas got a 5-year contract worth $46 million from the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2015. Thomas put up 12 touchdowns in each of his first 2 seasons with the Broncos. With Jacksonville, he only had 9 TDs in the 2 years there combined. He was traded to the Dolphins in 2017, but did virtually nothing. There's no way to say it other than he's no longer elite. Mike Wallace. Wallace was a big weapon for the Pittsburgh Steelers for 4 years. He was a 2-time 1,000-yard receiver and helped the team reach Super Bowl 45. But things have gone downhill for the speedy receiver since leaving Pittsburgh. He signed a 5-year, $60 million deal with the Dolphins in 2013. He had 2 disappointing years there and then got traded to the Vikings. Wallace was released and joined the Ravens, but it was the same old story there. Allen Hurns, coming off a career year with the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2015, Allen Hurns was given a 4-year extension worth $40 million. Hurns struggled in 2016. He missed 5 games and caught 35 passes for 477 yards and 3 touchdowns. He then missed the entire 2017 season after tearing his ACL in week 1. Now, he's still young and has time to rebuild his value, but since signing that big contract, Hurns has barely been on the field, let alone a star. Darrelle Revis. After finally winning a Super Bowl with the Patriots, Revis decided to cash out. He joined the New York Jets again on a 5-year contract worth $70 million. He led the Jets to 10 wins in 2015, and he regained his 7th Pro Bowl. Now, that all went away in 2016. He was no longer a shell of who he was. He was getting beat by top receivers and rookies and backups and everybody. The Kansas City Chiefs gave him a 2-year deal during the 2017 season, but Revis is without a doubt no longer a Pro Bowler. DeMarco Murray. After winning the 2014 rushing title and leading the Dallas Cowboys to the playoffs, DeMarco Murray took a risk. He opted to pass on sticking with the league's best offensive line and chased a 5-year, $42 million deal with the Eagles. He had an awful year in Philly, averaging just 3.6 yards per carry, and he had a pretty strong first year when he moved to Tennessee, but now he's lost his job to Derrick Henry. So Andrew Luck. It was a no-brainer for the Colts to give Andrew Luck a 6-year, $140 million extension in 2016. He had led his team to the playoffs 3 times, including the 2014 AFC Championship game. But 2016 was a rough one for Andrew Luck. He missed a game with a concussion, and he was coming off kidney surgery that ended half of his 2015 campaign. His Colts finished 8-8 and missed the playoffs altogether. Luck then missed the entire 2017 season, requiring shoulder surgery in the offseason. Luck's career was put in jeopardy, and it's anybody's guess if he'll ever be the same star again. The $140 million price tag hasn't been worth it yet for the Colts, but I really hope Andrew Luck is able to regain his elite form one day. It would be good for the league. What other players fell off after getting a big contract? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if I should get a raise. I'll take one. Until next time, I'm Mike Cantalupo. Thanks for watching.